I'd like to say hello to everybody that's been following my books on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And if you would please, before we start, don't forget to like, put a comment down, do whatever you can. I need the help. But no, actually, I'm doing quite fine. My first book, Tainted Seas, is now available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble for pre-order. Now, there's a big advantage. I mean, you don't have to buy the book, but if you want to, there's a big advantage to doing that now or during the month of November when it's finally published. All of my profits and a portion of my publisher's profit is being donated to a veterans charity. So if you're going to do that, do it now and get your order in. I've been really pleased with the sales. If you go to Barnes and Noble and you choose to buy it there, you can leave a review right away. Now, you haven't read the book, but most of you have probably heard the sample chapter. You're familiar with me, and you could just say something like, I can't wait to read this book. It sounds so exciting to me. So any of that can help, because an author is never finished until you make it. And I can flop if I don't get a good review. So guys, leave me a review, leave me a comment as soon as possible, both on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And the other place is on Goodreads. Tainted Seas is also on Goodreads. So please help me out there. So I'm excited about Tainted Seas coming out because this is the memoir about my husband Bud and I, and it's Tainted Seas, my sailor's story. And there really aren't many books written in the Vietnam era about the woman's life, the wife's life. And this is a true story. A memoir, you have to be true, you have to be accurate. And everything in that book is true as I remember it. And boy, I have a vivid memory. And in the beginning, you're going to laugh. You're going to laugh, and then you're going to cry. And then you're going to laugh, and then you're going to cry. But I think you'll love it. Sometimes I feel like I didn't write it, that maybe I had a hand from something else guiding my fingers across the keyboard. But whatever it did, it turned out to be a surprisingly great book. And I hope that you'll go to Amazon or Barnes and Noble and get it. It would be a lovely present for someone for Veterans Day or for Christmas. And I would be so pleased and honored if you would do that, especially during the first month when it benefits my veterans groups, my charities. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is this author doing now? Well, she's not sitting on her heels or letting the dust grow on her. I'm writing my second book. My second book is called On the Other Side of the Gangplank. Now, this is a historical fiction, so the characters in there are not real characters. But I want to tell you that all the stories in there actually happened to me while I was a Navy wife. Again, on the other side of the gangplank is the Vietnam era war told by me, by the wife. And so this one's historical fiction, but the stories are true. The stories are true. They actually happened when I was a Navy wife. And I'll let you spend some time trying to figure out which one of those 5 women are going to actually be me in disguise. So they're wonderful women, and they go through all kinds of things while their husbands are away on a 9-month deployment. It's going to be everything in there. There's going to be Air Force people. There's going to be Marines. There's going to be little Bobby, and you will just love little Bobby. And Sulin, who's a teenage daughter. And we have Mia, Mia is Vietnamese wife who was brought back by her husband. Ginny, oh boy, Ginny, you're gonna like her. She likes all the airmen. She likes all the airmen for Jody's. Oh, scandalous. There's Melissa, who's married to a Navy lieutenant and has two children, Sally and Bobby. And Bobby is such a dear little guy. There is a Marine by the name of Gregory Matthews, and he forms quite a bond. He's an elderly man, and he is hard on his luck, and our 5 women come in to rescue him. And it's really a wonderful story what they did, and they really did. And we have the story starting out where the ship leaves, and then the women, as they're leaving, 2 of them, are surrounded by protesters right outside the base. Black Panther protesters. And this is where they meet Master Sergeant Gregory Matthews, the Marine, as he rescues them from his 3rd floor window. And he becomes like the grandfather of the group. You have to realize these 5 women are far away from their home, their families, and their husbands are away. They turn to each other for support. They turn to each other for help. They laugh with each other. They spend holidays together. They struggle with their children. And it's really turning out to be quite an interesting book. And I'm about 80% done. An author says that, but you never feel like you're done until the day you give it to the publisher. Excuse me, and they say, okay, no more, you're done. So it'll be a while, but I'm excited because I want to have that book done. So as soon as you're finished with Tainted Seas, my sailor story, you'll have another exciting and interesting book to read. Now, some of you gentlemen might say, I don't want to read any sissy book about women. You're not going to read any sissy book about women. It's going to be action-packed. We have 2 fights in here. Yes, we do. We have some real serious situations, and we even have some good old sex scenes. I'm pretty good at writing sex scenes, so you might enjoy those. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to stop in today and thank you. And again, please order your book, Tainted Seas, My Sailor Story, from Amazon or Barnes & Noble. It's available right now for pre-order, paperback, and Kindle. Now, I got the question about a hardback. They're not really putting out hardbacks right now, although my publisher has thought about if this is successful, that maybe we would go to a hardback. But most people are buying paperbacks, and it's less expensive, and yet it's easier to take to the beach. And you can also get it for your Kindle or your Nook, whatever kind of device, your computer. So guys, I'm going to say goodbye now, and I'm going to thank you again, all of you, for always being there for me, because there were times, folks, that I was ready to quit, ready to give it up and just pack it in and say, I'm not a writer. But surprisingly, I am. So guys, before I go, I'm going to send you my virtual kiss, my virtual hug. If you're on Facebook, like this, leave a comment, and the same thing with YouTube. I'm on YouTube, LinkedIn, and I'm on Goodreads, and I'm also on, what's the other one? LinkedIn, Goodreads, and Facebook. So guys, do that for me, and I will talk to you again. It's so good to hear you, and thank you for all your support. Without your support, I probably would have quit. I would probably quit a long time ago and not finish this book. So guys, 2 more books coming. Yep, Tainted Seas is out. Next is On the Other Side of the Gangplank, and the last one is an Army book, and it's called At the Wall. So until next time, guys, this is Linda Jo Heffner saying goodbye, and please visit my website. My website is lindajoheffner.com. That's lindajoheffner.com. and I'll look forward to talking to you next time. Bye, everybody.